Welcome back to my channel. Hi everybody, how are you doing? It's been a beautiful day and I just bummed around and did a little house cleaning. Nothing special going on today. I hope that you have been finding my discussions on vitamins useful. Right now, we're involved in discussing vitamin K, the vitamin K family, and I probably will be having approximately 5 discussions on vitamin K. And it's a very interesting group of vitamins, and or so to speak, chemicals. And so that'll be coming a little later on today. I think I'm going to be doing vitamin K1 later on. And so last night we spoke on vitamin K as a general group. And I didn't realize there were so many subgroups, but they're all pretty important. And I think we should go over them. The foods are not that complicated, but you know, I'm going to link as many hashtags as I can, and essentially only 1 or 2 articles that I've been going on, but I would like to look for some, you know, very useful and interesting books. So I think I'll try to list those below as well, because it never hurts to have a great vitamin book around. You know what I'm saying? I think for me it would come in very handy. And so can you imagine having a book that described all the side effects of toxic vitamin intake or deficiencies? That would be great, wouldn't it? I hope that one like that does exist. And I would love to, you know, find one. And so I will be also researching some literature for you on that. And so, you know, I'm just going to bum around. I don't feel like doing too much. I think I'm starting to suffer a little bit of the burnout that people have been warning each other about on YouTube. I actually am not caught up at all right now. I'm usually a day or two ahead of myself, but I'm doing this right in real time. And so right now I'm filming about 3 videos. And I'm so, you know, confused about which one to do next, which clip goes where. You know what I'm saying. You've all been through it, right? So I'm not sure how far I should take this vitamin thing. I know that I need to be moving on to vitamin D. We have covered the general aspects of vitamin D and vitamin A. And so there are subsets of those 2 families, vitamin A and D. And I think after I finish off with vitamin K, within the next week, I will move on to vitamin A and then D. So we have quite a ways to go. And it's unbelievable that I never even heard of vitamin K until last week. And so I'm surprised, because it's a pretty important one. And you know, I don't want to leave it out. I'm glad that I found it. And I'm sure there are a couple of other ambiguous vitamins looking out on the horizon somewhere. I hope I find them, because I don't know how to look for vitamins that I don't know about, so I don't look them up, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what keywords to use, so that's going to be a challenge for me. But I think I'm pretty much done with vitamins, so to speak. The family groups have already been introduced. And so I really do encourage you to do your own research, because you never know what you can find out on your own. And so I remember when I was talking to you about certain rules. Yesterday I spoke to you about maybe, you know, providing you with a little set of rules. I hate doing this, guys, because I want my channel to be enjoyable and relaxed and easygoing. I don't want to be, this person with a gavel saying, you're here now. This is my court. Don't break any laws here. Don't break any of my rules. But I have to. I have to. Okay. Here are a few rules that I think we can probably all agree on. Number one, if we're talking about something tragic, like I was a couple of days ago, the earthquake, coming in with a smiley face and joking is not exactly polite to the people who, are involved in the tragedy or in the sad situation. That I don't understand that one, guys. I don't understand it. Also, coming in and commenting saying that I don't have time to watch your video now. Well, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't care. But that will then lead everybody else to believe that you're spamming and you're not really watching. You're just there for fun. Also, somebody who comes in to say, hi, everybody. Okay, that's nice. And then just walk out. It's not a chat room. I mean, it feels like one sometimes. But especially when that comment is accompanied by that other person's channel, killing animals, or taking drugs. I've seen both in 2 days. And guys, I'm telling you, YouTube and many other social media platforms are littered with people. And I use that word with caution, because people at this time of year who don't have the best intentions, they're on the lookout for children who they can easily influence and lure into certain traps. I don't want this channel to be a place where children can come and see channels of adults who take drugs or okay, killing animals. Bird hunting is supposed to be a very beautiful and beloved sport. I'm just using this as an example. But do we really want to teach kids that? Children are not going to see that with the same perspective that a grown adult will. It's very touchy. It's very touchy. I know that animal hunting is a sport. It's a sport I don't want to see on my channel because of children. I can handle it. I can handle it, but I don't want children to see it. I think it's devastating for a child to see an animal being slaughtered. I don't care what kind of an animal it is. It could be a ferocious one. I don't like seeing videos about animals that kill each other. I don't want to see any of that. So if you come to my channel and comment and then you post a video of animal slaughtering on your own channel, chances are I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to block you because I don't want you to come and comment. I don't want people to see your content. That's the thing. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying that I'd rather not here. I'm dealing with enough ugliness and I'm trying to keep it out of my channel, but things are okay now. So I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea of where I'm going with this. Just certain general rules. If you block me or if you mute me, you will be blocked too. You won't be able to keep up with my channel. Obviously you can't because you blocked me. And so I really, okay, maybe I talk too much. That could be a very good possibility. I would probably agree with the opinion that I blab too much. But for a subscriber to be blocked by a YouTuber while that YouTuber still has the subscription, get out. You're not going to do it here. I'm going to block you. And, same thing. If I lose a lot of subscribers every time you comment, you're going to get reported. That, yes, I will report you. But for all the other things, no, it's not worth it. I'll probably block you because I don't want children to see your nasty comments or your sensitive topics, your sensitive content. I'm trying to protect my viewers. Many of them probably include children, because I see mothers and children. I follow those channels. I don't want them to see that content that you put up. Most of the people that I do follow, that I do subscribe to, they have beautiful channels filled with beautiful music and vlogs and hauls and recipes and travel and sightseeing and history. I love that. Art, crafts. I love those channels. Animals and pets and whatever have you. But if you're going to upload ugly content, you will be blocked. Not simply because I have anything, I'm not trying to criticize the content. I just don't want it here. You know what I mean? Of course, you're free to upload and express whatever you wish. But I, here in my channel, do have control over what people do to me and try to get away with, and what people try to disperse and expose to my viewers, to my subscribers. I want to keep it nice and clean and easy and relaxed and easygoing. I don't like making these rules, guys. I think I'm going to lose a ton of subscribers now, but I think it's better to get this out in the open and just make sure that everybody understands why. I'm not doing it out of hate. I'm not doing it because I think that you're murderers and you're drug addicts. I'm not saying any of that. No. And I shouldn't be using words like that on YouTube, but I want you to understand what I mean. And so when I say that I don't want that content, it's because I'm very conscious that children come here. Children have their own channels as well. I don't want that. I don't want that here. Sure, many channels are adult-oriented and are restricted. That's fine, but I'm not doing a restricted channel, and so this is why. This is why I want everybody to be able to come to my channel, adult, child, whatever, although children shouldn't really be here. Many of them have their own channels, and so I want them to be able to watch this without being exposed to anything ugly. Life is ugly enough without other people coming here to add more. You can do it maybe in other people's channels, but I'm pretty sure, judging from my experience, those comments are going to get deleted if you have ugly content on your channel. I hate that it goes like that, but it goes like that. And so forgive me, but you cannot come here to talk to other people and say hi without commenting on my content or saying hi. I love it. If you just say hi and leave, I don't mind. I do that. I like that. But if you're from a channel that uploads killing animals as if it were nothing, I know we all eat meat. I'm not saying that, but don't. I won't let you do that. Not here, because I'm very sensitive. Many people I know are very sensitive about that, and I am too. I can't eat snails or rabbit or lamb because I played with those when I was a child. I certainly couldn't eat a dog. I know other people do. Other people who come to my channel, they do. But if I see it in your content, I'm going to block it out. And if it's bad enough, I just may report it. Because YouTube actually wants information like that. And then whatever they do with that information is up to them. But I don't want animal killing related to my channel. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I eat chicken all the time, but not lately. But that's that's not my point. My point is I don't want you to come to my channel if you post videos of you yourself slaughtering animals, game, poultry, birds, whatever. I can't handle that unless it's a game. You know what I mean? Unless it's a game. I love games. I love game channels. Unless it's in a game, maybe it's different. But guys, even those channels, I have to be careful because some of them are pretty violent. And, I don't want to get carried away with that. But I do love the game channels that I follow. And I think people are doing incredible work with all that animation. I love that. I love watching that. And, I look forward to it all the time. Of course, some of them got to be too gory, and so I had to let them go. But because it was bad for me, you know what I mean? I love the channels, but I guess I'm changing at my old age. Before, I don't think I would have given a crap, but now I'm changing. And please, be very sensitive to the issues that I raise. If you don't have anything to say, that's cool. I don't have to agree with everything that I say. Of course not. You're probably going to think a lot of my content might be even silly or not interesting. I know. That's how life goes sometimes. But, as for those taboos, please try to remember them, guys, because if you come here and try to say, okay, I'm not going to be able to watch your videos because they're too long, I understand. But if you do that, then you're just there for attention. And YouTube will. They do. I know. I've checked the guidelines. They will regard that as spam. And if they see somebody coming back to spam me, though, I'm also going to get into trouble because I let it go through. And so that's what I'm saying, guys. If you, even on your own channels, if you see somebody spamming a certain subscriber, block them. Don't let them come back to your channel. It's ridiculous. And the fact that grown people do that is disgusting. If they don't like YouTube, maybe they shouldn't come here. I don't understand spammers. I know a lot of it is unintentional, like saying to a person, I'm going to have to come back. But it's considered spam. Unfortunately, it's considered spam, so try to remember that one. It took me a long time to catch on with that. You could always put me in your watch later list. It's really not a big deal. I don't care if you can't watch the whole thing. I don't care. But if you say it, you know what I mean? It becomes a different matter altogether. And 2 people or 3 people have done that more than once, so they're blocked. And I'm sure they don't know why, but that's too bad because it's in the guidelines. So anyway, guys, today I'm just going to stick around here. I'm going to talk a little later on vitamin K1, but I haven't actually decided what supper I'm going to have. And so I think I'll save, if I do make a lasagna, I'll save it for the weekend. And there's nothing special going on today except for my discussion later on. And so I guess I'll be talking to you a little bit later. Just bear in mind what I've said, and I hope that I didn't offend anybody. But I have to do this, guys. I have to, because it's, getting to be tiresome. And I don't want other people to be upset. They might think that I'm endorsing that. And sometimes I let things get away from me. I'm not attentive enough. And I'm sorry that if I let comments slide by and they don't seem right, remind me, tell me, you know. But I don't want people to come here and feel that they have to be a policeman or a cop. I'm the one that has to do that for my channel, but I hope that you can enjoy my content. And I hope I don't have to have this conversation again anytime soon, at least. That's all for now. Hi guys. So remember this from yesterday? In honor of this purchase, I think I'll probably dignify tonight's dinner with a potato just to see how it works. We'll see if we can figure this one out. And I'm also going to go and wash my hair with the new shampoo. Hopefully it will be okay. As for the clarifying shampoo, they've changed their product. They've changed the bottles. Something tells me I'm not going to like the change because it usually means that they've changed the shampoo as well. And if they've made it any clunkier or heavier, I think I'm going to just switch to another clarifying shampoo. I have to still check it out. We'll have to see because I don't like opening bottles, you know. I'll probably have to ask the cosmetician to help me out or something because I want to make sure it's not thick and gooky, because if it's thick, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I want something light and airy, and I also want a bottle that I can see right through. I don't want those other concealed bottles. I don't like those because when I'm looking at my shelf, I want to make sure right away that I know exactly what I'm low on. Like that, I can go to the store and get another product before it goes off the market. And so I'm going to go and have a nice bath and wash my hair, and I'll get back to you later on. I'm going to be making a lentil and potato and cauliflower soup. Although I think it does call for a baked potato, I don't care. I'm going to boil it in the soup. And I know that I've made it before, so we'll have to see how it turns out. So everybody, what do you think of this shampoo? It's a nice switch once in a while. It's slightly better. You have to understand that all of my shampoos were doing the same thing to my hair, but I think that if I tried to use this on a daily basis, it would end up damaging my hair. I gave myself a very uneven trim in December, so it's not as long as it could be right now, but you know, that flatness, that stickiness, I can't handle that in hair. It just makes my head feel clammy. You know what I'm saying? It just, all the shampoos that I have, because whenever I don't use the one that's gone off the market, my hair goes crazy. It doesn't know what to do, but that sticky feeling, people have to do something about these shampoos because they're not right. They're not good for the hair either. So this one is the one that I used. And so I'll see. It's got a nice light, mild, very mild scent. And really for me, the scent is what makes the shampoo. I always have to have a nice aromatic scent. So, in a shampoo, that's for sure. So, I don't know, we'll have to see. I can't use this every day. It's just not, it's too much for my hair. But I will probably be trying to find another clarifying shampoo because I have to switch again. All this switching around from bad to worse seems to me, so we'll have to see. And now I think, guys, I'm going to be doing a black bean and broccoli and potato soup, something like that. Seeing that I already have beans in the fridge, I'll have to see what I come up with. So anyway, stick around, and then we will talk about vitamin K1, which has been proving itself to be very interesting indeed. So stick around, and I'll be back with you in a few minutes. So the soup calls for black beans, potato, broccoli, and spinach, but I think I will do rapini instead of spinach since I am out of spinach. Hi guys, okay. So I'm back, and while my soup is boiling, I'm going to have a little talk with you about vitamin K1. And what I found out was that vitamin K1 is also known as phylloquinone. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Phylloquinone, something like that. And I'll leave the hashtags below. And on the other hand, vitamin K2 is known as menaquinone. So vitamin K1 is made by plants. It's created by plants and it exists in plants. And so it is also found in several leafy green vegetables, which I will name later on, either in this episode or in another episode. And actually, vitamin K is present in more foods than vitamin K. Vitamin K2 is present in more foods than vitamin K1 is. And so it is involved, vitamin K1 is involved in photosynthesis. It's active as a vitamin in animals, and it does perform all the classic functions of vitamin K. In general, the vitamin K1 that is found in plants is poorly absorbed by the body. And also, vitamin K2, as we will see, is better absorbed by the human body. So more of it is absorbed in K2 foods. That's how it goes. So actually less than 10% of vitamin K1 in plants, in vegetables, is actually absorbed. So guys, we need to eat, if you are lacking in vitamin K, you need to eat quite a bit of it. They do give amounts and doses, and so I recommend that you do your own research. And so some of the uses for K1, what are they? Well, it is basically used, and it is very famous for working on low levels of blood clotting and bleeding. And so that is generally what helps us heal, right? So clotting, we do need a certain amount and not altogether that much. Not phenomenal amounts of blood clotting, but medium amounts of blood clotting. And bleeding is also another, if you bleed very little, I guess, it's also another job for K1 to handle. And so it kind of, I believe what it is that it thins the blood, something like that. It does make the blood disperse more throughout the body, and when you're bleeding, actually. So it's almost as though it were a blood thinner in a way. And so it is active against the production of other blood clotting proteins. And so I guess it means that it prevents the overproduction of too much blood clotting, which is not good for the body. Problems, now this is very important. Problems, K1 is used for problems in newborns who have a genetic hemorrhagic disease. And that disease, one more time, hypoprothrombinemia. Okay, that's it. That's it. Are treated with low levels of vitamin K. And I believe it's vitamin K1. Giving newborns vitamin K1 orally or by injection also prevents excessive bleeding. And so, guys, I think you understand what I mean. Have you ever seen children that walk around with these helmets? Well, it's very dangerous for a child to fall who has that kind of disease, because if they should have just the slightest little injury, they will bleed and bleed and bleed. It's a sort of a genetic disease. And so we'll talk more about it. Vitamin K1 prevents and treats bleeding problems with low levels of prothrombin, that's an enzyme, in a genetic bleeding disorder or vitamin K dependent clotting factors deficiency, or what is known as VKCFD. Vitamin K helps prevent bleeding in people with VKCFD. Wow, that's important to know. Vitamin K1 reverses the blood thinning effects of another medication called warfarin, which is kind of cute in a way, warfarin, which is an oral blood thinning medication that prevents clotting. So it reverses it when it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Very complicated in a way, isn't it? And kind of dangerous. The condition itself, I'm saying. Hypoprothrombemia is characterized as an autosomal recessive inheritance congenital coagulation disorder worldwide, but it can also be developed during life after birth. So that disease is a deficiency of an immunoreactive enzyme, prothrombin, which is produced in the liver and results in impaired blood clotting reaction. So it's an overreaction. Prothrombin is a critical protein enzyme involved in hemostasis. Now, I should have explained hemostasis. I'm not going to right now. I could, but I'm going to be lazy and not do it. A deficiency of that protein leads to increased physiological risk for spontaneous bleeding. And you know what, guys? My mother had it was mild in her. If you grabbed her by the arm, she would have a blue bruise there for weeks, days, whatever. She had it to a certain degree. And so the condition is observed also in the gastrointestinal system, the cranial vault, and superficial integumentary system in males and females. So it's in both genders. There are various symptoms that are presented and are typically associated to a specific site that they appear at in the body. The disease is characterized by poor blood clotting, the function of the prothrombin. Symptoms can be severe or mild, meaning that blood clotting is much slower than normal. So it flows, guys. It flows and it flows. So uncommon affected areas are the muscles and joints and brain. So what are the food sources of vitamin K1? Well, the food sources would be kale, collard greens, spinach, turnip greens, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spring or green onions, asparagus, and Swiss chard. But remember, less than 10% of all the K1 vitamin in plants and vegetables is actually absorbed by the human body. So that's really too bad. Too bad. And so there it is, guys. That's it. And actually, I'm going to be linking yesterday's video and all along. a series of books written by a certain author all about vitamins, and I've flipped through the pages of these books, and guys, I'd like to get my hands on one of these. It seems like an exceptional thing to have around the house, and he's written journals as well. He's published about five or at least a half a dozen of these vitamin series books. And so I'm very interested to hear what he has to say. And so it's interesting that it is so widely used in blood clotting and bleeding. But if you'll remember that when we go on tomorrow to vitamin K2, there are more uses for vitamin K2, at least one more. And so that'll be interesting to pick up where we left off in our next vlog. And so, guys, other than my soup and my hair and my wonderful new potato peeler, which is manual, but it works. It's easy, guys. That's about it. That's about all I have for you today. And so maybe it'll be shorter than normal. That's okay. I still have other videos to edit. So this is just one of the many that I'm doing at the moment. So that's what happens when you fall behind. And, all I have to do is one thing out of this ordinary schedule of my day, and it throws me right off YouTube. I'm trying like heck to keep very up to date with all of you guys and your channels. And so I'm looking for more active subscribers, and I'm also looking to join more channels, follow more channels, because there's so much good content out there. I love it, So everybody, I'm fully endorsing this product. I was surprised because the last one that I purchased at Walmart actually had to be returned. But this was more or less the same price, and it works great. So, thank you, Walmart, for bringing this to the shelf. And I have to say that Walmart, even though sometimes it's creepy trying to get around the parking lot there, they have one of the best sorts of appliances. They cater to so much. They put so much out. And I like that about that Walmart. So every Walmart that I go to has an extra quirk that I love. And but it's all up to where they sell the cat food, and those are the Walmarts that I go to most often. And it's a shame that this Walmart doesn't carry the cat food, the specific bulk amount and flavors that I need to get her, because my cat, she's very feisty. So anyway, guys, this is about it for tonight, and I'll let you see how the soup turns out, but I'm sure it's going to be very good. And so I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.